Welcome back. There are no shortage of Veterans Day events happening in our area this weekend, and that includes at the Kernersville VFW. It's hosting a ceremony tomorrow and another veterans event later on this month.
So let's learn more about this now. Josh Hunt is joining us live. He is a member of Kernersville VFW Post 5352. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So please start out telling us a little bit more about tomorrow's event. What is all planned for our veterans?
Well, tomorrow's event is at the St. Paul Cemetery in Kernersville. And I want to thank Wendy Schneer and Chris Gaugler from the Historic Preservation Society and the Daughters of American Revolution, respectively, because they approached the VFW post of ours and told us about how many veterans were in the African-American cemetery there. And it was in kind of a disrepair because the church is no longer on the site. So we partnered with them to kind of clean the cemetery up and to get some wreaths laid on some of those veterans' tombstones that are in that cemetery. And some of the veterans, believe it or not, are from World War I, World War II. And there's actually a Civil War veteran in that cemetery. So we wanted to make sure we honored them and they're not forgotten. And if they have any family in the area, I'm sure it will mean a lot to them that we're out there doing that. And that's kind of what we're doing tomorrow morning. It starts at 9, and we'll have Kathy Manning will be there. We'll have one of the aldermen from our town who's also a general who will be there. So it'll be a lot of folks involved, and it'll be a good presentation starting at 9.
That's amazing. It sounds like it's going to be a great day for them, their families, and those veterans. Can you share more about the importance of why you want to keep these veterans' legacies alive through events like this?
Well, I think the patriotism and the pride we have in serving our country is brought down from generation to generation. And if you really think about it, going from the Civil War to Afghanistan and honoring those generations of veterans is something that we need to make sure we keep in contact with something we need to make sure that we continue to honor and not forget about them, because, you know, it's an important part of our past, and our past teaches us how to live in our present. I think that's a big deal to most of the families because, you know, families sacrifice when they lose someone, especially service members. And we want those families to know that the service and the sacrifices they made for their country will never be forgotten, no matter how long ago it was, and that it means something. And it's an honor to represent them. And it's an honor for a veteran like me of today's generation to honor a veteran of previous generations, because they kind of gave me my sense of pride in being an American and want to serve my country.
Thank you for your service, Josh. Tell us about this event planned later this month that you have as well, honoring veterans.
Well, on the 22nd of November, we're going to have a chili cook-off, and it's $10 per person. And our goal is to raise as much money as we can for homeless vets. And what we're planning to do is take the funds that we raise and make sure that 2 homeless vet shelters in the area get Christmas meals this year, and nobody goes hungry around the holidays. And we're also going to try to get some toiletries and different things like that together and make sure everybody's just kind of taken care of. And again, make sure that they know they're thought about, make sure that we're trying to meet some basic needs for them. And, you know, it's just that kind of thing. So there'll be more to come on that, but it is on the 22nd. It's the night before Thanksgiving. So if everybody can, you know, get prepared for Thanksgiving and then come out and have some chili, and we're going to have a DJ, we're going to have some dancing, we're going to have some good times, and it's going to be raising money for a good cause. And that will be on the 22nd of November.
A good excuse maybe to not cook for one night of that week. Right. And that's a unique way to be raising funds for that very important group. Really quickly, we only have a few seconds left with you. Is there anything else the community can do, though, to benefit and support your cause?
Well, just come by the VFW post and show support to the veterans and the families there. And that's basically all we ask. Tomorrow being Veterans Day, we have something going on at the post all day. So folks are welcome to come by and say hi to us and say hi to a veteran, because it will mean a lot to them. Some of the guys I have in my post are by themselves, for lack of a better term. Some of them are widowed and solo. So anybody that comes up and acknowledges them, gives them a handshake and tells them, hey, how you doing? It goes a long way. So if, you know, folks have nothing better to do tomorrow or nothing going on, then the VFW post is open. Come by and see us. And we love to shake hands and meet folks.
Thank you so much, Josh, for your time as always. Great to see you. Have a wonderful weekend. And for everyone at home, the Kernersville VFW Veterans Day Memorial event is tomorrow, as you heard him mention. It begins at 9 a.m. at St. Paul's Cemetery. This is on Main Street, right in Kernersville. And
then those details for that chili cook-off one more time. That is on Wednesday, November 22nd, being held that evening at the Kernersville VFW Post 5232. That is on Edgewood.